Thank you.
Next question.
Sure.
How's the team for this year?
Good. We've had a little bit of a break since our last game against San Miguel, so just trying to get some rest as well as preparing for a really hard battle of a 3-game series against Rainerson. I think we're really going to benefit from our big men in this series. I think that Volty and Justin, as well as CD, I think they're going to have a great series. I think we're just gonna try and stay poised as much as we can throughout this series, and hopefully it works out in our favor. All right.
Playoffs, talagang pinagandaan namin naman eh. Okay. Basta focus lang kami ngayon sa Rainer side. Mahalaga sa amin tong quarterfinals. Kailangan namin talaga pagtrabahuin. Yun. Kung naman game plan ng mga coach na being ready lang kami. Advantage? Siguro kasi malakas din ang ang Rainer side pares bata eh. And then kami rin sa Converge. So yun lang. Siguro paano lang to, patibayan na ng depensa. Papakita namin dito. Hindi kami pwedeng sabihin na malakas na pag-press.
What do you think of your edge or the edge of the team against Orange?
One of our edges that we have bigger front line with Justin and Justin. Also at the same CD is healthy because the last time he was half there. Gonna be a game changer. Very competitive team. They're very fast. I believe they're second in offense. It's gonna take everybody to try to give ourselves a chance. Thank you.
Crazy.
Today, it's breaking the ball. The Converge Fiber Xer is taking on the Rain or Shine Elastic Paint. These games are getting a whole lot more important, definitely. 3 3-pointers for Rain or Shine. Over to Thompson. Thompson, 3 ball. Back to back, triple. 3-on-2. Oklahoma all the way to the basket. And the shot making ability of Jordan heading full display. Get the friendly roll. Arada puts it in the second attempt. Stockton will attack. Stockton to Malone. Off the backboard is in. or Shine cannot afford to trade baskets. With Converge, they need to make stop. That could be a start.
The PBA Season 49 Commissioner's Cup here on Filipinas Live and PBA Rush. We take you to the Big Dome for playoff basketball. Quarterfinals matchup here between the Rain and Shine Elastipainters and the Converge Fiber Xers. Two teams who are on the up and up. Rain and Shine already have a title under their belt in the past, but it's been some time. They want to reach a promised land yet again. And what about Converge? Rising through the ranks, getting there inch by inch. Can they get closer today? Oh, we're gonna find out. It's Converge against Rain or Shine here at the Big Dome. This is crafted for a greatness. Two teams looking to find a way to make it to the summit. Hello, I'm Paolo De Rosario alongside Coach Eric Reyes. It is Abel Gregorio joining us on the sidelines later on. Two teams, high octane offense. It should be really entertaining today.
Well, Paolo, I look at the stats and it's definitely going to be an exciting matchup that we would have for today. It's been really close all throughout. You see a lot of young players really getting a lot of experience all throughout with all those, defeats that they had in the past. And you see a lot of them really grow, come out of their shell and really deliver the kind of basketball that their ball club is really expecting of them.
Of course, let's take a look at the playoff bracket here. This is the first matchup of all of the quarterfinals that we have here, and the first of the best of three matchups that we have.
So it's definitely going to be exciting. You see all these teams really worked hard to get into the top eight. It was not an easy, run to get there. There are a lot of challenges for each and every one of them.
Of course, when we take a look at the challenges, we have to first focus on Rain or Shine and the road to the playoff in general. Now, they were a group that actually played their first game of the conference without an import, but still, not start from them. But partner, a moment of concern here because in their last they only won two of their last 6 games, rather.
Yes, Paolo, they had a lot of challenges when it comes to even in the previous conference. They started out very well, although they had some those 6 games. Their last 6 games, they were only able to win 2 games. And should they have got better in that stage, they could have even got out to at least battle for the top two. But again, the most important thing is they're in the quarterfinal round in the best of three, so it gives them an even chance of really trying to battle out a team like Converge.
And what about the Converge Fiber Xers here? So take a look at their road. Now, they went off to a bit of a bumpy start to record start things out. But this is a team that has gotten better with some key additions in some positions. Gordon Henning coming in from Terrapirna, and of course, Justin Baltazar finally becoming available after completing his commitments to the previous league.
Paolo, when it comes to Converge, I mean, we would this is what I'm talking about. A lot of the young players really coming into their own. They're getting a lot of confidence with the previous conferences that they had. The bonus part is having a guy like Jordan Henning come into the team, who's a very good scorer. And of course, you add up Justin Baltazar on their third game of the conference. So all it takes is some kind of tweaking, a little bit more of the chemistry, and look where they are now. They are in good contention to make a run even for the semifinal round.
Let's take a look at their conference average here against the entire league. And as you mentioned a while ago, these are some of the most high octane teams in terms of their offense who find different ways to score.
I love the speed of both teams. They're second and third on offense. In third at 3-point shooting, Converge has really been taking advantage of that. The kind of setup that they have is really built around the 3-point line. Look at the rebounds; they're very close. Rebounding is a key ingredient to any success of any of these ball clubs. Assists, look at it. Both of these teams like to move the ball around. They become more unpredictable, and it's very hard to defend a team that has been really moving the ball well. Bench points, this is where Rain or Shine would have an advantage, although we all know that Coach Yang would always keep changing the kind of five that he would have on the floor.
Let's take a look at some of the reinforcements here because at the end of the day, at this point of the season, during the playoffs, it is how much of a difference can your reinforcement make? Coach Yang Yao has called Dion Thompson in the past a perfect fit for his group. And let's be fair to Coach Yeng. He has won championships without the best scoring import. In fact, he just needs a guy who fits in.
Yes, and the most important thing, a guy who can definitely rebound. We've seen the stat line of 14 rebounds a game. He's a very good defensive monster. Also, I remember when I was playing for Coach Cheng in the past, he would have imports that are very good rim protectors. Look at the 22.5 average. So it may not seem that impressive to an import to only score 22 points, but the beauty about it is a lot of the locals are getting involved. There's a lot of passing involved, so everyone becomes a threat.
And speaking of some of the local threats here, let's focus on Leonard Santillan. Santi Santillan is a do-it-all wing here for Coach Yeng Giao and will be important in this matchup in particular.
And the most important thing is he is a guy who can play multiple positions. He may look undersized to play the four position, but he has the strength, upper body strength to really mix it up underneath. The nice part about Santi, he can hit you from the outside. He will definitely draw you out and drive to the basket. He's close to a 50% field goal shooter. He takes a lot of shots. But then, in a Yang Yao system, you definitely need to be able to take shots, most especially when you are open.
If you don't shoot, Coach Yeng Giao will go at you at the halftime break, even after the game. The rule is, if you're open, shoot it, and Santi Santillan definitely has been taken. But what about this guy, Coach? Adrian Anofre, who has been one of the more exciting players here for the Rain and Shine Alaska Painters. When he comes in, typically off the bench actually, he brings so much energy to this Rain and Shine team, who have been one of the best in terms of bench scoring.
Well, the most important thing for Adrian Nocom is his speed. He likes to open court. He likes to finish off with those layups. He's very unpredictable. He's a great scorer. He shoots. His three-point shooting is actually close to 43%. He gets rebounds and steals. So it's a total package for a guy like Adrian Nocom, who no one even thought that when he came into the league from the draft, no one even gave him a second thought because he was picked up quite late into that draft already.
He was picked up late. He was activated late. He had to finish his college career first, and when he came in, he took the league by storm. I can turn it over to the third member of our broadcast team, Bel Gregorio. Bel, what do you have?
The Rain or Shine, Elastic Painters, and the Converge Fiber Xers clearly play similar styles characterized by their fast pace, outside innings. Key Steeds would be difference makers. It would first boil down to how well they can defend Converge's bigs and stand their ground in rebounding. I mentioned how difficult it was for them to match up against Baltazar and Arana, and Diallo being a headache after he was playing under the weather in their last outing. Another concern, Converge guards on the ball screens, especially when they penetrate and go downhill, opening up space for the Fiber Xers three-point shooting. A lot on the plate for the Alaska Painters, making it key for them to sustain how well they performed in their last game against TNT that gave them their ticket to this round. For now, sending it back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio. Again, trying to sustain the momentum towards the end of that elimination round. Very important considering that this was a Rain and Shine team that did slow down as the conference went.
Can you imagine they had to win against a top TNT team that's also doing a very good job this entire conference? So that journey for Rain or Shine in the elimination round wasn't really as pleasant. But as it is, you really get a lot of learnings with your struggles in every tournament. And this is where they are right now, which is in the quarterfinal round. They have a good chance again to really make it if they get past the Converge Fiber Xers going into the semifinal round.
Speaking of the Converge Fiber Xers, let's focus on Chick Diallo, their reinforcement here. Easily on paper, one of the most talented and exciting imports here that we've seen this conference. And he is shooting a sky high 61.2% from the field for a cool 28 points. Again, we look at the point total here. It feels like he could do a lot more, but he doesn't need to with this type of group.
Well, just like Bill Thompson, you see a lot of potential in your import. You see a lot of upside of what else they can bring to the table. So sometimes it's really whatever is needed, for the team to be successful. And the nice part about this matchup, you get good local support to their import and vice versa. So definitely we would be looking forward to that.
Good local support, and we bring up the name of Jordan Heading, who top scores this group in terms of local scoring partner.
But you got a lot of experience with Jordan Heading in your lineup. He's a dead shot from the three-point line. He's a great playmaker. He would know how to create situations for his teammates. So it's definitely a big plus when you have a Jordan heading in your team. He averages close to 18 points in a game. He shoots at a very high clip, considering that he shoots also from the outside with close to 48%. Again, he's got great ball handling skills and playmaking skills, plus contributing on the rebounds alone. He is going to be someone who definitely we will watch out for because he's an integral part of this Converge Fiber Xers team.
Talking about someone to watch out for, we have to watch out for Alex Stockton as well. When we talk about a guy who can make the game a bit messy, someone who can really come in and get under the skin of the opposition, Alex Stockton is one of those guys, in my opinion, who you love to have as a teammate, but hate to play against.
Definitely, I agree with you there. Alex Stockton is one of those guys. He's a very tough player. He loves to get into the minds of his opponent. He is definitely going to be physical, but look at the productivity of an Alex Stockton: 15.6 points, 6.1 assists for a guard, a very tall guard that can create a lot of mismatches, most especially on the block.
Well, it's a battle of styles. The Converge Viper Extras and Rain and Shine play something similar like Bell reported a while ago. That was a Rain and Shine's perspective. But what about Converge? Bell, what do you have?
When Coach Yang was asked about Converge, he said that they hold a psychological advantage having beaten Rain or Shine in the Olympics. For Coach Franco, all of those records are out the window. Come the playoffs, all the teams are now different. So they are also Rain or Shine is very much different. They were able to overcome a 17-point early deficit to eventually claim the victory last time, but now messing up their that early is not something that they could still survive. It was their defense that the Fiber Xers polished most coming into this playoff series, with Coach Franco also putting a lot of premium on Converge's mental toughness, preparing them for exhausting running back and forth, clashing of bodies, and a lot of mind games. Fortunately, Justin Arana is back after hyperextending his left knee. We'll have more story throughout the game, but for now, let's meet our starters.
Number 22, John Clarito. Our forward from Cebu, number 0, Caitlin Johnson. At center is the Lasso Peters import, number 9, Dion Thompson. Coaching the Lasso Peters is Yen Yao. It is now time to meet the starters for the Converge Fiber Xers. Point guard from Manila, number 3, Jordan Heading. From Dawi Negros Oriental, number 12, Alex Stockton. Small forward from Muntinlupa, number 16, Kevin Rakan. Power forward from Mabalak City, Pampanga, number 19, Justin Baltasar. And at center, it's a Fiber Xers for number 31, Shakti Yolo. Coaching the Fiber Xers is Franco Alienza.
Drafted for greatness. Two squads, young in nature, but hungry for success. Here's the starters for Rain and Shine Las Vegas. Ildefonso Tischo leading the guards there. And on the other side, Converge Fiber Xers. Watch out for the pair of Heading and Stockton, as well as Justin Balthazar. How can he contribute here today? Romel Gruta leads the officiating crew here for our first matchup in a doubleheader and the first matchup here in our quarterfinals of the Commissioner's Cup. Tip-off brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA, and here we go. Hello, hello, and welcome to the Big Dome. I'm Balo Damsar alongside Derek Reyes. It is Bel Gregorio joining us on the sidelines as the Converge Viper Xers are up in a game that I think we can consider a very cardio-heavy game potentially here in the Big Dome.
I definitely expect that, and I'm really lucky to be able to cover a game like this with the kind of numbers that we've seen on the table.
And of course, it has been an incredible conference here for both these teams. Different stories converge. A bit of a slow start this conference as we take a look at the first basket here made by Chick Diallo. And of course, the Rain Channel Last Painters, a red hot start, but then cooled off as the conference.
Yes, usually teams would really have those challenges, except for Northport that really raced to an early good sized lead in the team standings. They had some challenges towards the end, but not as much compared to what Rain or Shine had to go through.
Tied ball game here after the basket made by Rain or Shine. Rakal hits the deck and a turnover here. Here's a chance for Rain or Shine to run. Deion Thompson taking it strong to the hoop.
On a foot race, you see Dion Thompson even outrun Jordan heading off the break. Jordan heading was not really able to stay in front anymore of Thompson. That's why it was all straight to the hole.
Jordan Heading answers back, and what a talented scorer Jordan Heading is. Coming into this Converge team in its first contact with this group, just coming in as one of the top scorers here.
Yes, I mean, you look at that matchup, Jordan heading, having to play against the great players or guards of Rain or Shine. But of course, Kaylan Johnson showing us a lot of range in that play.
Galen Johnson getting it done, and it is going to be a big factor here if majority of these guys in Rain or Shine start finding their mark, especially from Rain.
I felt that in the previous conference, they really missed Kaylan Johnson in that tournament because, he got hurt towards the wind-up, most especially against TNT.
Transition triple goes in and out for Asisio.
He went wild in that game against TNT, Paolo.
Yes, he
his
did.
shooting from three-point range has been close to perfect.
Alex Stockton goes in for 92. Did we not mention this is going to be a cardio-heavy game? I don't think anyone has jogged in this one so far.
I gotta speed up my analysis because by the time I finish my sentence, are already on the opposite side of the court.
And that's I'm a bit too wild there. Yeah, even I have to adapt. It feels like every time I say a sentence, we've gone through two plays. As we take a look at this, great move inside. There's a lot of strength there for Chong.
So definitely that power there from Kaylan Chongson. But of course, the outside shooting also very important for all of these guys.
Jordan Heading forcing the turnover. Sees Joe getting that on his thigh. And Jordan Heading, he's not just a scorer, he's also a great, tenacious defender. Able to use his size. Not necessarily the biggest guard, but very physical as well.
Yes, I mean, he's got a lot of experience playing overseas, and that's the most important thing, especially coming into a team with a lot of youth. So, his experience and his playmaking abilities will make each and every player better.
Rafael steps on the floor, steps on the line rather, with their turnover here for the Converge Fiber Xers. Again, high octane offense, both these guys. And I want to take a look at this matchup later on in Thompson and Diallo. Ashana DeFonso gets caught with Diallo right in front of him. And splash that as Anton Asisio gets a triple.
Shooting percentages have been really fantastic for Anton. That's a 50%. He took 2 3-point shots already, made one, missed one.
Baltazar gets 3 back.
Wow.
That's a modern big right there.
Oh, yes. Baltazar will definitely give a lot of problems to the opposing big men, especially if he can hit that 3-point shot consistently.
You take a look up and down the roster here, it feels like everyone has an answer for everything as Thompson goes strong inside against Diallo. Yeah, that Kaylan Johnson hitting threes a while ago. Then you had Justin Baltazar answering back. Boy, oh boy. Stockton, going so strong inside.
See that slow shoulder is really having to bang bodies, most especially with the opposing guard.
Just looking at the size profile of Alex Stockton, it feels like he has overdeveloped shoulders.
Yes, and
and
at the same time, he's got great length on those arms.
Yes,
so that's going to be, defensively, that's going to be his asset too.
Here's Jordan Heading. And that'll be a kick ball against Asisio. And on the side, you can actually see Coach Yang Diao not happy with the pick and roll coverage there.
Yes, when you talk about these two teams, they run a lot of handoffs, a lot of scissor plays, a lot of exchanges. So setting up the little things on screens will definitely be a big advantage to any of these teams.
Takal misses from a wide open corner shot. Justin Baltazar is judged to have the last touch here.
Execution will be key for both of these teams. When I talk about execution, the little things, the way they have to be very precise when they run their offense. Both teams are capable of playing great defenses too.
Again, the Rangers and Las Vegas are number 2 in terms of the assist count and conversion number 3. The difference between the two of them, 0.2 assists per game. Ildefonso gets a triple.
On cue, Paolo, you talk about assists right there. We've seen one at that nice kick out from Anton Asisio.
Here's Stockton getting it back from Baltazar. Jordan Heading. Bit of a mismatch here. Diallo going up against Clarito. And it's Chick Diallo who keeps at it and gets the second chance opportunity to ball.
But Diallo's is so lengthy when it comes to those positions. Oh, Kayla Johnson again, hitting it from the outside.
Kahit kailan, as Kaylan Johnson gets that to go once more. And there's a nice grin on his face here, partner. 5-point lead for Rain or Shine. And a turnover. Great defense coming from Ildefonso, who is running, who's gunning, takes it strong inside, gets it in one.
This is a version of an Ildefonso that can run the floor well, who can finish well off those layups compared to his dad, who was excellent from the post.
Take a look at this again. The shooting on point here for Rain or Shine. Up 20-13, courtesy of triples coming from everywhere. And that strong finish cues a timeout. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Big Dome, and boy, oh boy, okay, what a game we have here for you. Because right now, between these two teams, they've already scored 33 points with around here in the halfway point of this first quarter, partner. And we were talking a while ago how the offense is really on point. The difference could be which team actually defends better as the game goes on.
Yes, it's really about making stops. And this is another point that I wanted to drive at. Both of these teams would rather take shots, even from way out the 4-point line, rather than turning the ball over. We see that a lot in teams like both of these teams will take a lot of shots from the outside and even threes. They would rather have that, give them a chance to make a basket rather than turning the ball over.
We'll take a look at this. Justin Arana, he is a technician. That's a post, but that time just covered with so many bodies. Here's Stockton. Oh, gets free with a nice move, but here is Dion Thompson going the other way. Dion Thompson attacking Chick Diallo. A bit wild on his approach. Kicks it out to Galen Johnson. Now on Asisio. Better defense here coming from Converge. But then look at that. Clarito with the triple.
Wow, that's a beautiful setup with the way they use that pick and roll to force the help. And the kick out to Clarito on the left corner.
Gochi Engiao has drilled his wards here. And that was almost surgical, the way that they dissected the defense of Converge.
It forces the defender of Clarito to sag down because you see a lot of pick and roll action on one side.
Diallo forcing the issue inside, pulling them within single digits once more. It was a double-digit lead, now down to 9.
He was able to assert his length again in the post, and they're getting Chick Diallo the ball where he really wants it to be and where he's most effective.
Oh, he pulls up for 3. Oh, he's so red hot. Anton Asisio.
He's going wild, Paolo. And even ever since that TNT game where he really picked up his shooting, he only missed one 3-point shot in that, a 3-point attempt in that game.
Well, take a look at the 3-point numbers here. They are 6 of 9 from beyond the arc, talking about the Rain and the Last Painters. Wide open in the corner. Rakal in and out. So miss on both corners here coming from Rakal. They played it quick inside. Thompson kept it alive. But misses the stab. Alex stopped it. Converge trying to stop the bleeding here. Snatch that back. Gets an easy jumper.
You know, you see that head and shoulder fake and that behind the back dribble eluded the defender for that. Gave him enough space to get a pull up.
Oh, he's gonna try to do it himself. Oh, Jordan Clarito, do producing something almost mirror image like to what Stockton did.
Rainer Shine already with 29 points. Still have 3 minutes and 54 seconds left. For sure, they will get to 30 points in one quarter, which to me is an excellent quarter for any team.
That's absolutely right, partner. But a lot of quarters been here so far. Take a look at this. Stockton with snatchback, coming in with a crossover, stopping on a dime, and John Clarito doing something somewhat similar without that decisive dribble.
But the mid-range game is just so important as how teams shoot that three.
Quick change here for the Converge Fiber Xers. For number 6 in terms of the bench points production. And then, you take a look at some of the changes that Rainer Shine has made. They're number 1 as Stockton misses, but then the follow-up also still no good. Keep that with a rebound.
Follow this is going that stat line, that bench points will be very key because Rainer Shine has been very good in the bench points because they mix around the combinations that they have. Now, if Converge can get enough mileage from their bench, that's going to help out Converge and give them also a better shot at winning a game.
Ian Thompson gets the basket to go. He had a little bump with Diallo.
How can you sustain that kind of shooting follow the entire game? It's going to be, if Rainer Shine can just sustain this all throughout.
Johnny Winston, a misses on the wild attempt. De Caraco to Santillan. Ian Thompson, keep that to try to get into position here. 2 big setup here for the Converge Fiber Xers. Of course, Rainer Shine answer back with a 2 setup of their own, and they'll count that.
Wow. Looks like it counts. Yes, it counts. That's a good call. That's how smart Andre Caracote is when making decisions on the floor, as he's a great guard that will definitely help Coach Yang Yao in this matchup.
Take a look at this again. Andre Caracote, there he feels the contact. And he just went through straight to the hoop. Basket and one. Coach Yang Yao loves it. 33-17. We'll be right back.
Umangat pa ang mga bida sa kilos ng dingas pero sa silangan lalo kumalas, lalo kumalas ang inuhuna.
Take a look at the Raiders Shine Last Invaders in terms of early production. They got it from Kalen Johnson and Sean Ildefonso. Ladies and gentlemen, perfect from the field are these 2 young stars. Kalen Johnson training 8 points and Sean Ildefonso barreling in for 6 of his own.
Yes, that's a plus 12 on the efficiency ratio, Paolo, and that to me is going to be a key stat line because this is a very good start here for Rainer Shine in this game.
Of course, and they go to the bench as Abel Gregorio has stored for us. Bell.
Coach Eric mentioned earlier how great it is to see Kalen Tiongson healthy in the playoffs after injuries kept him in and out last conference. And although he is still not at the level he wants to be, he was all smiles confiding with us that he is getting close. He shared that when he played in Taiwan, he would consistently clock in double-double nights, and it was only last game that he was able to do that while also having to defend RHJ, which he admitted took everything from him. So his new barometer for a good Kalen Tiongson game, hitting those double-doubles without feeling like he just got hit by a bus. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thanks so much for that report. That was Abel Gregorio. I wonder how he's going to feel after this one.
Well, I wonder how he would feel if he gets hit by a bus.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it's defending RHJ. I think
Oh,
that's
wow.
the entire
That's
effort.
crazy. If you can stop, or if you can limit, or you cannot stop, but you can limit RHJ. He's one of those guys who I really have so much respect as an offensive player because they have all the skills to really hit or make shots. If Kalen can get the job done, for sure, he will definitely help out this Rainer Shine team in this matchup.
Converge still searching for answers here as Rainer Shine are doing a great job, really taking away all their looks. And just Diallo, second chance opportunity, will go to line to shoot 2 after Thompson and his hands forward.
I like the hustle there on defense of Raiders, and except for that last one, because Thompson, was already committed in that situation. That's why he was called for a foul.
Diallo will try and score a couple from the free throw line. As of course, Chick Diallo coming in with NBA experience. As we have something from Bel Gregorio once again. Bel.
Coach Franco won't deny how well constructed his team is. He even won't shy away from saying that they have found the perfect formula with their combination of players, highlighting the role of their import CD. That's why for Coach Franco, all he asks from CD is to keep doing what he has done, getting those extra possessions, crashing the boards, and being their anchored inside. Coach Franco pointed out that changing things drastically will mess up their team's equilibrium when they have proven how much of a threat they are. So it's up to CD to stay consistent so they can also maintain their equilibrium. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio. Again, it's such a privilege when you have a player as talented as Chick Diallo and you don't ask him to do too much. Just do what he needs to do and do it well. As Shawnee Winston goes in for two and a basket and one.
Maybe Coach Enkeo has a lot of respect for CD as Bell could call him. Very important that, of course, you respect each and every player. And Diallo has really been, always at the forefront of helping out his team. Of course, Johnny Winston is another, key piece of the puzzle because he is providing a lot of firepower to this good or great Converge team.
Johnny Winston, 3 points after getting a basket and one. 34-22 here after a red hot start here for the Rangers and the Lassa Painters. And almost a turnover. Managing to keep it though, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Adrian Noko spins out. Santillan showing off its range. The bank is open for Santillan.
That 3-point shot has really been helping Rainer shine, get a good sized lead in this game.
Well, Santillan attended banking hours for him here today. 5:24 I think. Here's
He could be the ATM.
Oh yes, he is. Day or night banking as Winston in and out, gets his own miss though. Thinking about it, Del Santos goes inside and gets a nice reverse.
You see a lot of composure with all these guys. When they get into the lane, they make the right decision. They don't rush things. If they can, challenge the defender, they will. If not, they will kick out.
Adrian Nofu, such a spitfire when he goes on the attack. He spins. Oh, he scores high off the glass.
Mahihilo ka when you watch, Adrian Nofu with all those spin moves.
Like a top.
Yeah, he's like a top,
Yeah.
definitely. A fast top.
Yeah, exactly. And here's Stockton finding Jallo. Jallo going strong inside with a little line to shoot too. And right now we're seeing Chip Diallo utilizing his size a bit more, forcing the issue. As we take a look at this best move of the game, brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. And the thing with Adrian Nocum is that spin move. Sometimes you just see it coming, but you can't stop it.
But the beauty about that spin move is he used it correctly.
Yes.
When he was able to get past the shoulder of Alex Stockton, that's a time where he felt the commitment of the defense to recover, and that's the time he used that spin move. It's useless to use the spin move if the guy is right in front of you, because when you spin, you're as an offensive player, you will still be in front of the defense, and it's actually very hard to get a shot off.
Diallo trying to come in a bit closer here, perfect from the free throw line. Even after I mentioned it,
Steady,
steady,
he's been
so
steady
steady.
there from the line.
Well, let's see if Rainer Shine can hit the 40-point mark before the end of the quarter, and that would be a foul to give. So Converge absorbing that one. 6.6 left here in the first quarter.
You see the mind of Andre Caracot after he got fouled by De Los Santos. After he picked up the ball and he felt the foul, he still went on to try to make an attempt. That's the presence of mind of a very good player. Although, of course, it was just like going to be called on a sideline inbound foul. But you see the tendency of every player and the presence of mind that they have in a situation like that.
Converge given a delay of game warning after a couple of mistakes or rather a bit of confusion with substitutes. Jump ball coming in, and they're gonna let's see if they're gonna use a foul to give here. Because Adrian Nofo getting free. Nofo, and that's just a great defensive possession there coming from Shawnee Winston. And what a first quarter it was with rain or shine. Running, gunning, attacking, 39 to 26. Everyone shooting well here for rain or shine. Let's take a look at 3-point shooting partner because they're already 7 of 10.
70% from 3-point range. This really helped them a lot. Get the lead here in the first quarter. And of course, an excellent ball movement. They're not forcing things. They're finding the open look on the 3-point line.
They are scoring whichever way they want. 39 points in quarter number 1 in a playoff matchup here against the high-flying Converge Fiber Xers. It is rain or shine on top at the end of 1. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Laki ng nilakas ng Converge. Kaya nila mag 1 and 2 pero nasa number 3 sila ngayon. Parang ang kalaban namin 1 and 2 rin. Nung last game namin against them, tinambakan nila kami. So psychologically, I think they have an advantage over us. Pagdating naman ng quarterfinals, 0-0 na lahat eh. Ibig sabihin, everybody starts on an even late. So, importante lang. Buhay pa kami.
Or Jiang Yao saying that psychologically they may have an advantage over them. Talking about Converge against Rainer Shan as Bo Belga goes strong inside. And the fun thing is, when Coach Jiang Yao says it, it doesn't feel like an advantage against them. It feels like the mind games are on, definitely.
Oh, he's an experienced coach already. He's been coaching for a long time. And when I say long time, that means during my time already. He was even there before me. So that really in itself would, the mind games against his matchup with Coach Franco would always be there and how they play around each other.
Santillan, no dice there. The ball will go back to the white shirts. And, sometimes we say mind games, but sometimes it's directed to his own players.
Yes. It goes either way. When you try to motivate players, sometimes you try to tell them that, hey, we have to work harder, and this is not going to be an easy matchup. So it puts everything in perspective for these players preparing for a tough game.
Coach Yang Yao will review this, I believe. Yes, he will. They'll challenge this as Bo Belga. As soon as he made the block, went straight to Coach Yang Yao, asking him to check this one out. And we all know Bo Belga's an honest guy. Kapag foul, no, pero seryoso yun. Kapag foul,
hindi niya aminin kasi tingin niya wala.
Yeah. So let's see though. Let's see if there's a point here.
That's from his perspective,
Yes,
Paolo.
yes, that's true.
Of course, he won't release.
Okay, I have to admit, to be fair, I don't think any basketball player would willingly commit. Yeah,
let's just put it this way. Basketball players will never lie.
Yeah.
Because from their perspective, they felt that they did the right thing.
Yeah.
There was no foul, even if they did.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. But let's see if Bo Belga did foul or not. Coach Yang Yao using the first challenge here of this quarterfinals matchup, best of 3. Take a look at that here. And there's a swipe
See
down.
how clean it is. Looks clean there from up top.
It is a successful challenge, so that means it will be a jump ball. As Big Bo saying, to remind everyone that he is an honest man.
Look, if I was Big Bo Belga and I have to tell Coach, go for that challenge, of course, you will be so nervous that, hopefully, it's the correct challenge request that you have for your coach. Because Coach A will get pissed if he made a mistake there.
And they get the ball for the jump ball. And can I just say, I don't think Bo Belga is ever nervous.
Oh, yeah.
Even with Coach Yang. At least now in this point
That's what
of
we
his
think.
career.
We don't know what happens
Yeah,
in
that's
the
true.
locker room.
Great ball movement again. And as I say that, almost a turnover here. Santillan managed to
Beautiful
keep it
pass.
alive.
Oh,
And Datu, misses the
sorry,
bunny.
miss there. A lot of point blank misses there for Rain or Shine.
Here's Shawnee Winston finding Arana. Arana
Nice
is
bit
such
goal.
a technician at the post.
Justin Arana's skill set. I won't be surprised who among those coaches there taught him those moves.
Well, today it was a Willie the Thriller Miller who was warming him up. And a turnover. Here we go the other way. This is not a game for the faint-hearted, partner. It is so it's so up and down. I think that's the best way to describe it.
That's what makes it really exciting for any team.
As we have this from Bel Gregorio. Bel,
We listened in to Converge's most recent huddle after a 13-point deficit to end the first quarter. The coaches flagged how they gave up too many points, but they were still optimistic, pointed out that the Elasto Painters are bound to miss as long as the Fiber Xers put pressure, especially on their guards. Offensively, they want to maximize their big men, Baltazar and Arana more, and that is what we have been seeing from Justin Arana, who was held scoreless in the first quarter. Back to you, gentlemen.
thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio. And during her report, it felt like there were 10 things that happened. Because of the turnover, because of the easy score. Take a look at this again. A poor pass from Bo Belga. Finding Shawnee Winston and Arana attacking Big Bo. And if you're rain or shine, despite the lead, you can't get comfortable, partner.
Well, definitely. A lot of these things would happen on points of turnovers because you can sense that Converge is trying to be more active on the defensive end. And we've seen them disrupt a lot of ball movement by Rain or Shine, which to me is critical. If you force Rain or Shine to make mistakes on those ball movement, then that's going to be a big help for Converge.
Biggest lead was at 17 points here for the Rainer Shanalasa Painters, but here comes Converge. Great stop there coming from the Rainer Shanalasa Painters. Here's Ante Carapon, Andre. House and house action. Oh, that was a nice feed, but Santillan didn't have the hands.
That's around 3 missed opportunities there for Rain or Shine. You know, Big Bo, we've seen Keith Dato also miss point blank shots. So, and of course, that opportunity from Santi, that could have been at least it eases off the pressure of this Converge team to get back in the game.
You know, sometimes you can play a bit too fast. And I feel that the last couple of possessions for Rain or Shine probably going a bit faster than they were ready for us. So take a look at this nice speed here coming from heading to Chick Diallo who gets an end one opportunity.
Well, we expect this kind of game, Paolo. We know that, okay, one team would have a good quarter and Rain or Shine in the first. But of course, you cannot just like expect Converge to just lay down and not give it a try to come back in the game. We've seen them already with the way they have been more active on the defensive end, their disruption in the passing, and even the forced turnovers that they did gave them a chance here to get back.
The Diallo gets the bonus go, 13 points already, just 10 points off his average here for the conference. Dion Thompson out to Santillan, left wide open, right in front of Santos, but then was wide left with his attempt. Shawnee Winston finding heading. Oh, he can drain that one, but not that time.
Good box out by Keith Dato and Balti.
That's going to be important here, the rebounding battle. Do watch out for that. As Thompson erases Chick Diallo.
I like the way Thompson has really been helping this team. You know, he's very aggressive, most especially of the transition, and yet, you know, he is willing to really set up and get his teammates the ball if needed.
Also efficient here today, but then take a look at Chick Diallo, and that is another turnover. Rain or Shine, their defense coming to the fore here. Santillan dropped it to Caracol.
It's a strong move there on the part of Andre Carapon despite that hit.
Andre Carapon, 5 points in the game, 45-35 the count in favor of the Rain or Shine Lassa Painters. Diallo working on Keith Datu. Datu doing just enough. Caracol to Santillan. Caracol, now Datu. Baltazar in front of Nopum. Nopum uses the pick, can't drain the triple. And breathe, partner.
I am.
Here's Shawnee Winston. That's going to be a foul on, I believe, Andre Carapot for just trying to get his positioning right against Diallo. He's giving up a lot of inches there.
Oh yes, he's not even up to the shoulder of Chick Diallo, but he had no choice. He got pinned down already on the block. But there's nothing much he can do but just to use up that foul.
Alex Stockton back in the ballgame. 6 points already here for Stockton, who did his best in that first quarter to get this offensive converge going. Diallo, too deep inside, kicks it out. Santos wide open for a three. Oh, he's such a quick fire trigger from beyond the arc.
Instant offense on the part of Brian Santos. We all know that he possesses a great pair of shooting hands aside from his size to be able to play it from the outside too.
It's not just his shooting, it's the fact that he can get his shot off so quickly that it's such a nice weapon to have. As oh, what a block there from Heading. And the ball will go the other way. Not a lot of complaints are coming from Rain or Shine. Let's take a look at this again.
You see a lot of shades of how Rain or Shine will do that kind of play wherein they move the ball well.
45-38 for those assuming that when Converge went up by 17 that it could be an early night. Boy, are you wrong. Because this Converge team is an offensive powerhouse in their own right. As Stockton cannot get the friendly roll. And that's almost good effort. As Santos gets another triple, but unable to get that one to fall. Loose ball foul.
Thompson there. CD was able to get good position because he was trying to shove Thompson deeper under the basket for that that he was expecting that long bounce since it came from a 3-point attempt.
There's Alex Stockton. They get the switch here. Like switching defense here to range on the last painters. Jordan Heading. And in Baltazar. Size advantage against Noku. And an easy finish there for Justin Baltazar.
That's a good read. He knew that he had that advantage on that post. And definitely, he might as well take advantage of that and score.
Deion Thompson against Chick Diallo. He's had a bit of joy in this matchup here, talking about Thompson.
Oh, beautiful move there on that fall away. Like a one-on-one on the in the shaded area, using a lot of those moves.
Jordan Heading gets his mark. First triple of the game for Heading. Thompson able to keep it and gets an easy basket.
That's good hands there on the part of Thompson to be able to catch that on the fly, despite the challenge there by Chick Diallo.
From a high of 17 points, Converge were able to trim down a deficit here to just 6. As Stockton stopped inside, and Coach Yang Yao not happy with the call, stomping his feet. Let's take a look at this again, coming from Jordan Heading. Too much space there. And he punished Thompson for not keeping it close against him. 49 of 43, Converge on the comeback trail. 5:26 left here in the first half. We'll be right back.
Oh, I mean, I just think we've got a lot of weapons on our team, so it's pretty hard to kind of lock in on certain guys when all 5 guys can put the ball in the hole. And so, as a guy with responsibility with the ball to make plays, it makes it easy on me because I can just kind of find the open man, and I've got confidence in all these guys that they're going to make the right play as well. We're just going to try and keep going. I'm not really focused on my rookie campaign or anything like that. We're just all focused on taking the next steps as a team.
He can create scoring opportunities. He can facilitate as well. Jordan Heading with the stats there. Let's turn over to Bel Gregorio. Bel. right, so we'll go back to Bel Gregorio in just a bit, but at the moment, Jordan Heading already with a nice production there, and Stockton getting the free throw to Paul. You take a look at the fact that the locals have also started to step up here for Converge Fiber Xers.
Oh.
Is that the reason why they're catching up here in the second?
Yes, and at the same time, they already started picking up their defense. A lot of disruption going on with the way Converge really has been playing here in the second quarter. But yes, I agree with you. They have picked up their production. A lot of their players have really been connecting from the outside and even those drop passes inside.
Foul off the pass until Jan tried to find Lemeti, who is another dead shot here for the Reina Chanalasa Painters.
Kocek has an abundance of shooters from that lineup.
Bel Gregorio has a story for us. Bel?
We've been talking about the showdown between the guards of both teams. Let's take a look at Jordan Heading and how he goes way back with Andre Caracot being teammates in U16 and in Alab. And it might come as a surprise, but back then in U16, Jordan would actually go dunking around. He was that kind of player, and it was only till he moved to the States at 18 that he realized he won't last if that's the kind of player he is, and that's when he started working on his outside shots. Fast forward to today, Jordan just relishes being able to compete with familiar faces just like Andre, because for the longest time he has been going up against strangers in his words when he was overseas. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thanks so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio. And the game is so fast that as Bel was reporting, there was literally 5 points scored between these two teams. As, of course, great story there, especially with Heading and insight that he had to adapt his game to last long here in the professional rank.
Well, you see that a lot of even overseas. You see a lot of development on the outside shot because eventually it eases the pressure and all the physicality when you play mostly inside or when you're just like penetrating and dunking all the time.
Just a 1 point lead after Arana sails in for two. Arana already at 8 points here. What a ball game we have here so far. Lemeti against Heading. Young Thompson left open for three, no good. And a chance for Converge to come in and grab the lead. Jordan Heading walks this down. And a turnover. Adrian Nocom with an easy finish.
That's big for Adrian Nocom to be the one to disrupt, the passing or the playmaking of Jordan Heading.
Jordan Heading on the attack. Here's Chiquialo.
I just said, Paolo, that the disruption on Jordan Heading's playmaking, and then he made up for it on the opposite end by issuing a nice dish to Diallo.
And Thompson. Lemeti. Pick. Adrian Nocom. Off the dribble. The Pinoy step. Not working out too much. The ball will stay with the Rimshan last Painters of 8.6 on the floor as Converge super time here. Converge, after trailing by 17, now down by just one, with 2:57 left here in the first half. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Big Dome here, 54-53 in favor of Rain and Shine Lassa Painters in what has been a highly entertaining, high-octane affair here for the first quarterfinal matchup of this Commissioner's Cup. Take a look at the Converge Fiber Xers here in this quarter, partner. They have done their best when it comes to making a comeback, 27-15 in favor of them. So take a look at Jordan and Stockton in terms of their production here. I have comments about that fight, but let's take a look at this first.
I was reading you already. I could sense it from your voice. But definitely, this is going to be a very good matchup and definitely one for the books because both of those guys have really been living up to their last name and, of course, their performances for their respective teams.
Take a look. Oh, what a stop from Stockton! Right at the face of Santillan. Here's Shawnee Winston now. Here's Alex Stockton. Stockton, got free
beautiful
by
pass.
Diallo.
Great passing here.
And they have the lead. The Converge Fiber Xers come back from being down 17.
That's a big difference here for Converge. They're passing the ball well. They're getting a lot of players involved in offense. Of course, you know, the outside shots are starting to fall. So that's something that was the reason why they were able to get back in this game. Of course, aside from that, you also have to, take into account the way they play defense in the second quarter.
Bel Gregorio has a report for us. Bel.
Converge had to compromise resting Justin Arana in their last eliminations game against the mighty Beermen after he hyperextended his left knee the match before. Arana confessed he thought the injury was a lot worse and is grateful for how hands-on the medical team has been in keeping him in shape the last few weeks. He has only gotten back in action in practice 2 days ago, and there was a lot of hesitation to do certain things because of the trauma of hurting himself again, and that mental aspect would be his biggest enemy throughout the series, as he no longer feels pain in his knee. Paolo, Coach Eric?
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio, of course. Here's Shawnee Winston on the attack. The reverse is good.
Those are tough shots that Shawnee has really been doing. He's doing a good job trying to put pressure on that defense because he's been slashing and going to the basket.
If the first quarter was all about how Ravenstein did not miss, this time Converge advanced back to the quarter their own. Kaylan Chongson. Kahit Kaylan! As Kaylan Chongson gets another big triple here.
Yes, kahit kailan ay maasahan, and you see Chongson again delivering and trying to start things out for Rain or Shine.
Garden heading with the miss there. 2-point lead here for Rain or Shine. Holding on to this one so far. Here's Thompson. Jordan Clarito. In and out. That would have been big as Jordan Heading gets a rebound. 59-57. 2-point lead here for ROS. Here's Stockton working against Lemetti. Arana offering the pick here. Stockton staying on Lemetti. Using his broad shoulders, and that's going to be a foul. And Coach Yang Yao, well, we saw the entire bench of Rain or Shine almost jump up at the foul call there.
Well, Betty was able to really get a good swipe. That's the second time he attempted the swipe on Alex Stockton. The thing is, the part of the referees is, a swipe like that, you're giving them an opportunity to make that call and make that decision. It happens so fast.
The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch the live games on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, and Philippines Live from January 13 to February 16. And wait for questions to be flashed on screen during breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send your answer. NBA, very exciting times, right? Especially after a certain trade sent Laker Nation into overdrive. Right now, the Converge Fiber Xers all tied up here with 59. Here's Lemetti. Deion Thompson back to Lemetti, working against Alex Stockton, finding Thompson wide open. Goes up for a three. Able to get that to fall. Chance for Converge to take the lead once again. Here's Stockton. At that time, a good stop here comes for Rain or Shine. Great feed. Diallo trying to chase it, and that was enough. As a referee is on the ground as well. Stockton to Winston. Wide open for three. Yes! But issue here for Converge as Chick Diallo is still on the ground.
There's a collision there with Clarito on Chick Diallo. He was complaining that he was pulled down by Clarito there on one side.
Let's take a look at this again. So Clarito will go strong to the hoop. They're going to look for warding off here. Let's take a look at that.
The collision there, they're right there. He got pulled down by Clarito. Good challenge on the part of Diallo.
And even the referee at the end also
could have turned his ankle there too, the referee.
Yeah. So everyone's going to take a look at this here. Let's see what the referees decide what to do. Because Chick Diallo was brought down by Jonathan Clarito.
Yes, I need to see it in the replay there.
It was a double whammy. Could be a double whammy here for the Rain or Shine Lassa Painters, especially when you consider that Converge scored a triple in the resulting possession after.
That was big. I mean, they were able to stay focused, and of course, Converge was able to convert. But you have to give it to Diallo for really hustling and challenging the shot of Clarito.
Well, we did expect that this is going to be a physical game, partner.
Well, this is the playoffs already, Paolo, and they definitely will. This is kind of games are expected for all these teams that qualified here in the quarterfinal round.
Decision hasn't meted out. Let's listen in and try and figure out what they all have decided as we take a look at what happened again. Watch the pull down there by Clarito. There you go.
But on the part of Clarito, it's also a chance for him to cushion his fall because it was also going to the backside underneath. So it really depends on how the referees would see it. Whether he was cushioning his fall or did he really pull down Diallo there?
So it'll be rain or shine ball. And Chick Diallo not happy with the non-call, by the way. There has been no decision made.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see how Rain or shine reply here. Lemetti. Oh, left open for three. That's good.
Good read by Lemetti. There was a great thing set up for him, and he was open. Stockton was able to control him one-on-one. But there, he got pinned down by Thompson. And there was no communication between the man of Thompson and, of course, Alex Stockton there off a switch.
Well, that was a good moment there for the Rain Shine Last Painters. Dodging a ball on John Clarino, and then, of course, getting a triple to go as well. As we take a look at Rain and Shine and Converge in terms of their averages this conference mark.
But it's really been close all throughout. These performances are the tops in the tournament. The second and the third are among all the teams that qualified here in the quarterfinal round. It's been very close. Each team would have an advantage. You expect them to make full use of that here in a big game.
62 all as the Converge Fiber Xers are on the comeback trail. We're on the comeback trail, down by 17 early on. So rain or shine. You know what? I think we're getting a matchup as good as advertised. Number 2 and number 3 in points per game, and we already at 62 points each.
Paulo, that's big already because you know that if you see both of these teams being at the number 2 and the number 3 position in terms of scoring, you expect what we're seeing right now is really a true testament of the kind of performance that they had all throughout the elimination round. So that's what is successful for both of these teams.
Jordan Henning forcing the shot. Misses out there. Diallo saves it and gets the go-ahead at the end of the first half. Down by 17 early on, but in managing to make up the difference. And we're going to wait for confirmation. There it is. It counts. So 64-62 at the end of the first half. It has been one of those games wherein you blink, you miss a moment. So make sure you don't go away. But what a ball game we've had here so far.
Oh, definitely. You see a lot of hustle, you see a lot of grit, and a lot of great shooting on both of these teams. And that's the reason why we are back to at least having Converge up by 2 points here at the end of the half.
That the local stepped up in the second quarter for Converge. What about Justin Arana with 10 points in the second?
Well, you know what? He started things out, and even Bell reported that they needed Arana to start scoring. That's what happened. He sparked things up when he got his 4 points in that stretch in the second quarter.
Of course, we got a lot more for you when we return. 64-62 in favor of Converge after being down by 17 early. Don't go away. We'll be right back. RG has missed a couple of outside shots. Aurit! Pasok pa rin! Still a 15-point lead for TNT. Pareho pa rin yung tema. Pinipisikal ng Phoenix si RHJ. Pero RHJ just manufacturing points there. Hirap kinagalit itong si RHJ. Best import na rin yan in the PBA. A block by Hera. And a turnover for Phoenix. Actually, pretty much the conference. Parang pakiramdam mo, you want him to play a bigger role. Oh! That's what they were talking about sa TNT. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang atake at pagbigay. He averaged only 7.5 points.
Aray. Huli sa dulo ni Stockton. Yung atake ni Johnson. So may pagka-role player tayo.
He's been struggling just in outside. Almost overtook the pass. Shot clock winding down. Big bailout from De Los Santos. And De Los Santos bringing the bell with an outside shot.
Here comes the Beerman on the run again. Jericho kinagalan pa kontra kay Stockton pero not time. Yan ni Alec.
So predictable.
Stockton inside the Baltasar. Shovel pass to Diallo. Huli ni Cole.
Blocked by Cole.
Diallo not giving the money. And Converge is within 1 point.
Unbelievable. They got the stop and win in. And then they didn't give up on the other. They got the second chance opportunity. And Converge.
And 16-15 after those two makes mula kay Monzon. Tungkab on the move. Kumapit yung Big Goose.
Simple lang si Tongkab, but very tall. And both baskets scored by Alex coming from inside the shaded area.
Good shoot up the bar, great move. Ethan Watkins just perplexed by that.
And Norfolk scoring the first basket for
Alas.
both teams are playing without imports at this stage.
Alas.
Whoa!
Good shot.
Shot.
By Kevin Alas.
Turned around off the wrong foot.
Definitely have a 9-second shot clock to operate with. Ball in. Yes, 21.
Oh, that was an underhanded shot coming from Bond. 20-point lead here by Alex.
Elaine and the back will get it on a big drive inside and will get a bonus free throw after big foul. Pollock is the pilot. He attacks and sees daylight.
Simple ball screen. Hindi mapantayan ng rain and shine. Yung ball screen na yun.
They have to put up a shot. Dato! Yeah!
At the buzzer, Steve Datu.
We've seen 2 buzzer beaters.
Oo. Binawi ni Datu yung several. Pointer. That's a 3.
And the lead is down to 7. And this is the play.
He has been making a 3. Rolling to the boot.
A nice feed. Ian Saka na. Ratcliffe. It's not going to pick the big. Ang allocate niya. Ian Saka. 4 seconds actually on the clock. Oh, Jack, a crossover. What a move. Parang nandito si Steve Hardaway. They used their 2-step right there. Basketball. So these are guys who are on top of that. Same with Sarah. Parang wala sa tempo yung tira na yun. Wild. Yung tira yun. Pero hey, Alfaro just sticking him like glue, pounding him. Yeah! Richardson counts it win for the beast. Balik kay Ricardo, inside the road, up fake, layup good. They have found the move. Minsan yung maliit na pump fake na yun. Yun na yun, di ba? Galing ng defender out of the way. Sabi mo nga, isang maliit na up fake lang, ganda ng entry pass. Chasing in a rush. Delivered by the floor.
A painful shot to San Miguel. Not only was it a 4-pointer by Jason Cox, but the other thing is understanding the situation that they're in. You only have one. San Miguel trying to push the ball. We have to get the other guys involved. Fantastic creative action by CJ Perez. And the offense is
Bucklinch is trying to take on all defenders off the dribble. Chung off the spin. Swabe naman oh.
They needed somebody to score. But itong si Chung not really known to have creative attacks. But was successful in getting 2 points.
Alas against Blankley. Kevin makes his move. Leaves it. Watkins. Huli na naman ni Pong. Nakakadalawa na yung bata.
Better defense by Eastern.
Para sa NLEX. 0.4 natitira. You gotta be quick. Love beats the buzzer.
It will be reviewed, let us say.
Ala Derek Fisher. Yun ah.
Oo nga.
Kasi niya kung out. Ano? Naka-Derek Fisher ka.
Brownlee in the paint. Bonus free throw coming up.
So good there.
How you left hand there? It's just so natural a move for him to go to his left. That's right. Drop it by the Curtis Stein, holding on to it. Scotty drops it to Troy. It's all for Troy. Sorry, there's a 10-point lead. Could be 11 with the bonus free throw coming up.
But only scored 2 points on the other hand.
Brownlee, ayun na naman yung move na sinasabi ko kanina. Make one way, go the other.
Because he's so much quicker, mapapa-atras yung Brandon Bay.
Amarientos now makes his move. Left hand. Traffic, partner.
Yun ang sabi natin. You know, for his size, he's so skilled, so talented.
To him, but he wasn't able to complete the play. Laptimoto swings all the way to 4-point King.
That's a fourth.
Oh, short. And look at that one-handed pass from St. Jose, who's been issuing good passes inside that paint. Kanina, nabigyan niya si Abueva. Ngayon naman, si Rapte on touch pass. That's the best move of the game. Brought to us by Honda official motorcycle, the PBA. Check that out. Oh, he actually could have taken it. Oh, yeah. But then he gave it to Cardo. Who was it better for dito? Ang Magnolia, ang Meralco. Meralco, they took it. Barok. Turnaround jumper. Got it again. Basket is good. Natawa na lang siya. Galing ko. Sabi ko kanina, 120 points itong Magnolia. Pwede. Very much within reach. There's the roll, no pass. Hud was open underneath. Hindi nahanap. Itinatira ni Hud. Makakahirit pa ba? At Magnolia. Saka gets it to go. At the buzzer. And now they've broken the century mark in this contest in 3 quarters. Basket is scored 101 points. Scored by Magnolia after 3 quarters in this contest. Applause.
Now Raider Shank will reset. Andre getting deep. Boom! Take me. Good shot. Now you're talking about the error. First,
Welcome back to the Big Dome for your PBA Commissioner's Cup quarterfinals. Rain or Shine against Converge. Viper enters with Converge leading by 2. Paulo De Rosario alongside Coach Eric Reyes is Bel Gregory joining us on the sidelines as we show you basically the matchup that we have here today. Now, you take a look at the game here so far, partner. I think it's fair to say it's a game of 2 quarters here. First quarter, all rain or shine, and in the second, the Converge Viper Xers with a massive comeback.
Oh, on point. Pao, it's very true that first quarter really belonged to Rain or Shine. They were able to score 39 points, whereas in quarter 2, it's Converge's turn to go to 38. So practically, both teams would have close to 40-point output in a quarter, and that's really big, for any of these teams.
Take a look at the perimeter scoring here for both these teams. Early on, it was all rain or shine, and last, the Painters was getting it done in quarter number 1. But then inside scoring, courtesy of a guy like Justin Baltazar, Serrana, later on in the second quarter in particular, getting the job done here for the first Viper Xers.
Yes, that's big. And when you talk about points in the paint, it's 38 to 24 in favor of Converge, and also that's the reason why Converge was able to get back in the game because of their inside presence.
Halftime stats brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. As we take a look at the numbers, as we mentioned a while ago, Rain or Shine really got running in that first quarter with 11 fast break points, but it felt like it changed, especially in the second quarter.
Yes, definitely. And even the second chance points, it's 10-0 in favor of Converge. This is where something that Converge really took advantage of in the points in the paint. A lot of their bigs and even their guards are able to get inside. Johnny Winston, Alex Stockton, Arana, Balti was able to really get a lot of their shots, mostly from inside. When you talk about 3-point shooting, well, both teams would have their moments where they were able to convert, but a lot of the points are really coming from the inside presence of both of these teams.
Converge Viper Extra is coming back strong here with a great complement of local scoring here. Take a look at that. 3 locals in double digits already.
Yes, when you look at the production of Converge, they have 4 players in double figures already. But then when you look at in terms of bench points alone, bench points, it's 20 to 25 in favor of Converge. This is the strength of Rain or Shine. That the good thing about Converge is they're able to match up and get enough support from the bench, which is the game of Rain or Shine.
So let's see whether or not things will change going to the third quarter. So far, it's been Rain or Shine quarter number 1, Converge quarter number 2. We'll take quarter number 3. We'll find out together. 64-62 in favor of Converge here so far. Let's see how both these teams do. As of course, as the Converge Fiber Xers starting off, or rather ending the second quarter with such a massive boost here for them, especially in terms of the inside scoring. Chick Diallo also getting in on the action with a very efficient night here so far. 69.7% here in the game of 6 of 9 shooting. Partner, that matchup against Dion Thompson, so far it feels like they were canceling each other out, especially halfway through the second quarter. But it felt like we saw Chick Diallo impose himself more, especially towards tail end of that second.
Well, that's what's been happening. It's really the presence, the inside presence of Chick Diallo versus Dion Thompson. Dion Thompson hitting it more from the outside and getting a couple of those layups. But then when you talk about inside presence and the kind of percentages that he gets all throughout the season, Chick Diallo is really a monster under the basket.
Going back to the starters here for Coach Yang Giao, as Anton Asisio stopped there by Jordan heading in their first possession of this one in the third quarter. Once again, thank you very much for joining us on Philippines Live and on PBA Rush. Paulo Tapsar, also Coach Eric Reyes. It is Bel Gregorio on the sideline here for us. As Alex Stapton will try and take on Ildefonso. Left wide open, is heading. That's a guy you don't leave wide open, and they dodged the bullet there.
Definitely. I mean, it was a nice setup for Jordan heading on that kick out.
Take a look at Jordan Clarito. Taking it strong inside, will shoot 2. Chance to tie the ball game. Now he's a guy that I think it's fair to say has not really got into the swing of things here as much as he could. 7 points in this game so far.
But that's something that, of course, Clarito, can really provide the kind of firepower. Usually in the past, he would be in double figures already. But see, that's what's difficult to scout Rain or Shine, because there's just way too many players who would have some good nights. And those players who seem to may struggle, will have their own fair share of the limelight. So far in the Coms Cup, it's 10.6 points and close to 43% field goal shooting for Clarito. Not bad, because he's still averaging in double figures.
And George Clarito is one of the better offensive weapons here for Coach Yang Giao. As now we see Racal feeding Chick Diallo against Thompson. And that's going to be a foul on the floor. Looks like Ildefonso will be hit with a swipe.
That's going to be the 4th personal foul.
Rather, it'll be on Dion Thompson. Again, it happened before the shot.
Going to be a big problem if Thompson will get 5 fouls already early, because you see Diallo trying to attack him more.
Here's Thompson. Let's see if the game will slow down at all, actually, because it was so high octane in that first half. Let's see kung napagod sila.
So both teams also would do a very good job in terms of like scoring from the outside, and that's the story of the first two quarters. A lot of shots coming in from the perimeter or even from the three. But let's see how both teams would, adjust here in the third quarter and how they would take advantage of their strengths here.
Well, this feels a bit weird to me, partner, because right now we played around a minute 20 and no field goal hasn't scored yet, only free throws. The NBA's Midseason Classic is here. Watch the 2025 NBA All-Star Weekend live from February 15 to 17, exclusive on NBA TV, Philippines, One Sports, RPTV, and Pilipinas Live. It's going to be one awesome weekend. 64 all to make it 65 as Abel Gregorio has the support for us. Bell.
At the half, Coach Yang expressed how things have just played out because they are just too reminiscent of the elimination round loss they had against Converge. They also squandered a 17-point lead, and he associates that to their lack of defense and effort. 12 rebounds at the half, that is just too little. And simple ball screens action of Converge, it has been killing them. So heading into the second half, we really want to see more defense and more effort from this man. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio, and that is going to be a possession that Pucci and Giao would have been really upset with. No one really boxing out there and getting that rebound to end that possession.
Well, Converge outworked Rainer Shine in that possession alone, and that was, on point report there of Bell when it comes to getting beat off those hustle points.
So a quick double there. Now Ildefonso attacking Stockton. Oh, using his strength. Back and one.
Wow, what a way for Ildefonso's power to really bang bodies here. He was able to get by Alex Stockton, and that bump on Diallo got him enough room to be able to launch a shot.
And using his strength and really attacking the chest of the big man. That's just one way to get free if you are lacking in size.
He's got guts to be able to go up against a big guy like Diallo. Well, all Ildefonsos are, have that kind of, that strength because they've really been working on their bodies all throughout. Even Dania, their dad was really giving them a lot of pointers in terms of lifting weights.
Jordan Henning gets a triple right at the face of Sean Ildefonso.
You don't want Jordan Henning to start getting hot from the outside at this stage.
10 points in the game so far for Jordan Henning. Here's Clarito finding Dion Thompson against Chick Diallo. Great feed inside. Johnson working against Baldi.
Oh, wow, what a shot there. I thought he was going to go on another goal. And yet he was able to get enough room with that bump and just spaced up and took that shot.
Johnson and Sean Ildefonso actually have been providing such good offense here, such good production for the Rainer Shine and Lhasa Painters. Probably two players that we did not expect that would be helping to banner the offense of Rainer Shine. As Jordan Henning gives us a result that we do all expect, another triple.
And then somebody look at it right here. I thought he was going to go on another goal, and yet he was unable to power, and even Baldi was surprised.
That's a basket in one.
Foul already on Dion Thompson. That's not going to be good for Rainer Shine.
5 fouls and in a world of trouble here for the Rainer Shine and Lhasa Painters. Take a look at that again. There's going to be a bump right there. And at this point, they're going to need to challenge, just to try and see if they can save that fifth foul. But partner, you made a little face there. With,
you know why?
Right in front of us, by the way.
In a situation like that, for a referee, the angle on the call is going to be critical. So definitely he may make a mistake or he may call it right. But again, it will always be dependent on the angle. That's why on the replay, it looks doubtful that
it's a not
right
successful challenge, yeah.
Because again, it will always depend on the angle, especially whether it's Thompson would be standing straight up with his arms straight up also.
Well, you know what? This is the time for Coach Giao.
You got to dig deep from your big men.
He's going to have to try and preserve that one foul. We have 8:54 left here in quarter number 3. He has not taken out Thompson yet. No opportunity, but Bo Belga already waiting.
Ooh,
oh my goodness, Dana Johnson.
That's a big handoff and a face up on the 3-point shot. Kalen Johnson knows that he's got a hot hand in this game.
Oh, he has been keeping rain or shine on top here. Oh, and that's going to be
Oh,
the graduating foul, and they are
my.
out of challenges.
Oh my. What a big turn of events here. Oh, what a big turn of events. This is going to be crucial. You're only in the third quarter with 8 minutes and a half left, plus 12 minutes in the fourth. That's 20 minutes having to play without an import against a team with a huge, strong inside import in Czech Diallo.
Yeah, Thompson, as for an explanation, is there a call here?
Can't really see it from that angle. I can't see it there. Maybe this is a better.
I think it might be the landing spot.
It's not at the hand, definitely.
No, it's the stepping on the foot.
It's not the
as he
landing
landed.
spot.
But Chick Diallo saying that he did not split his feet.
But the thing is, Paulo, the hardest part there is, yes, he did a very good job on the challenge by staying away. But the hardest part there, Paulo, is, it is a landing spot that, he doesn't really realize that he lands on his foot.
And here's the thing, it was not deemed a flagrant or anything. It was just deemed as a regular foul. I actually have a feeling if they kept that last challenge, they might have won it if they challenged this one instead.
Yes. But of course, in a situation like that,
Yeah.
you need your import there in Thompson. But like I said, things are not going rain or shine's way in terms of like having their import foul out. But it's done already.
Yeah.
You gotta move on. You gotta find ways on how you can play against Chick Diallo and try to get him off balance. It might also work in rain or shine's favor because if they go exclusively to Chick Diallo, that's not the kind of game that that Converge plays too.
Just about to start with a great defensive effort against Ronald Defonso. Now the question now here, now rain or shine. We've seen it time and time again. Sometimes teams that play all Filipino against someone with an import or someone with a reinforcement actually do better. Let's see if that's going to be the case here as Johnson misses off the back rim. 74-73. What a ball game we've had here. Full of drama, a lot of intrigue. Stockton going inside strong. The jumper off the mark. Big rebound here for Kalen Johnson. Having a bit of a great offensive night here as Jonathan Clarito just too strong and got the chair pulled out from right under him.
Well, 2 times already you've seen that the defense of Converge was able to smother guys like who are driving to the basket on the same side. You've seen it on El Defonso and now on Clarito. So they just have to run their set offense. Again, it's really all about execution and discipline in a situation like this when you're short-handed without an import.
Jordan Henning taking it strong inside. That was good defense from Rain or Shine. And that time, Kaden Johnson kept it out. So, you take a look up and down the bench here of the Rain or Shine and Lassa Painters. They actually are still blessed with a bit of size. So, Bo Belga is one for the heft advantage there, possibly. And of course, you still have a guy like Keith Datu, who has a lot of length. And even Kalen Johnson could have a turn as well. But still, boy, what a tough task here it will be for this group. Stockton, get the ball right in front of him. Jordan Heading trying to get free on the curl. Heading finding Balti.
Beautiful pass. That weak side, you cannot allow a Balti to be sneaking under the basket because Heading will find him for sure.
Bobelga, bring things around. Wide open, Clarito. They're getting the looks here, Rain or Shine, but not the finish. And Clarito going strong. They're going to be asking for something more than a regular foul.
That was a hard hit from behind. Although he seems to be going for that ball.
I would argue he might have actually gotten a bit of the ball there, but then let's see. Referee's going to look at multiple angles here. Take a look at that again, and
Well, he went for the ball.
yeah, he went for the
clearly
ball.
there.
Yeah, he just went in with a lot of force.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go with a lot of force because you're going up against a big guy. And that's why that's a good call right there. I mean, the last foul on Thompson, I would say malas lang. Because it just so happened that, Diallo landed on his foot.
Time I call by the Raiders trying to last the Painters who are up against it here. 3-point lead for Converge, 7:13 left in this third quarter. That has been highly dramatic. Don't go away, we'll be right back. They were the Raiders trying to last the Painters and how they got here. Remember, they actually played their first game of the conference without import and resulted in a loss, unfortunately. But Thompson came in hot, 5-1 rather, to start out. They slowed down after that, but they're going to be hoping that they have what it takes to overcome a Converge team backed by a Chick Diallo.
Look at the free throws. Over like 13 free throws already, Paolo. So that's really working in favor of Converge, most especially now. 13 out of 14.
The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch the live games on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports and Philippines Live from January 13th to February 16th. And wait for the questions to be flashed on screen during breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send your answers. Of course, I had to be a bit quiet so you could all hear the call. So Coach Yang Kiao given a warning for continuous complaining with Converge up here by 4. Bo Belga attacking Chick Diallo here, going strong and unable to get that one to Kailan Kyongson. Balti working against Jongson. That's good.
This is where they can really have the inside presence of all the bigs of Converge.
Now, this is going to be a big test of the mental resilience and the emotional control of the Reina Shanilasa Painters. Obviously, they feel that there was an injustice done to them.
Yes.
They are going to be fighting against that feeling at the moment.
Well, that can be like a rallying point where you can get motivation to be able to get back in the game. I mean, I had experience of having to play all Filipino in an import conference back then, and we won. I believe that was still with Coach Yang when I was playing for him. So the locals would just have to believe that you can withstand, you can play the role. You know that Diallo is someone you cannot match with because he's just way too big. But then you just have to find ways to win. And that's what Coach Yang is also expecting from his players to just slug it out. And there's nothing really much you can do because all the challenges, whether the call is right or wrong, it's all there already. It has happened. You cannot change that anymore.
So Dion Thompson left the floor, by the way, with 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. They're just couch on the floor. I believe they're checking the possession here. It's a successful challenge, so Converge with that one. Coach Franco happy with that.
All the breaks are against Rain or Shine at this stage, but what else can you do? You just have to fight it out.
Right now, though, again, it's also an emotional battle. Shiki, oh, what a connection! Heading with the delivery, Diallo with the finish.
Perfect execution there on the part of Converge.
That time, Justin Baltazar with the foul on Johnson, who has been the hottest guy here for Rain or Shine.
See, you can draw a lot of energy from Kalen Johnson with the way he's really playing here. Laban lang. You just have to play it out. Here, there was like a breakdown and a mistake on that pick and roll because when you look at the mistake there, it forced Bo Belka to help out on Jordan heading, thus, that dunk. But like I said, this is still a long way to go. You cannot really um, allow any emotions to get the better of you. You just have to find ways on how to play that pick and roll because that pick and roll will cause a lot of separation with the guard defense. So, which would you rather have? Would you rather have heading scoring more and make it an inside outside problem? Or would you rather just have Diallo score all these points and get the rhythm of Converge away from the kind of execution that they have?
Let's see what Rain or Shine can dictate here in terms of the defense. As heading, it's free.
See, that's the problem there. When Anton assists, instead of following from behind, if you go around it, you will make that mistake because your heading will just see that and he will flare out. Now, the problem here, Paolo, is you'll have an inside-outside big problem with Converge because they're shooting ball from the outside and you're getting Diallo's domination in the paint.
So the question now is how can Rain or Shine reply, especially with guys who move so well off the ball? Gallo taking it strong inside against Datu. And right now, it feels like every single possession, Converge is converting. Johnson off the hop step, a little push there coming from Baltazar. Baltazar already with 2 fouls.
But so far, look at this matchup right here. There were 2 fouls committed by Botti already on Kaylan Chongson. So that means, they can milk that matchup because Chongson is getting fouled there in a situation against Balbi.
Isyo, that's a big triple. Keeps them within touching distance.
They needed that. They need to keep this game close to give them a good chance.
6-point lead here for Converge Fiber Xers. Again, no reinforcement here for Rain or Shine after being fouled out early in the third. And an offensive foul against Baltazar.
These little mistakes on the execution, Paolo, will definitely mean a lot. That's 3 quick fouls here on Justin Baltazar.
Justin Arana will come in for Justin Baltazar. Johnny Winslow will come in for Rafael as well. Small lineup here for the Converge Fiber extra save for Diallo. Isyo. Itato. Against the dive jumper of Arana.
That was a brilliant, back screen there on that exchange to the post from the top that freed up. That it gave Keith Dato an opening on the face-up jumper.
And that's going to be a foul on Datu. And you know what? My correction there. So Arana's also here for Converge. So now still with a 2 big setup here. Some of the Fiber Xers. As Kalen Chongson was sure that should have been a foul on Diallo for the elbow. Take a look at that there.
So that's what they're complaining about because he swung his left elbow there. And it was straight to the chest rather than on the shoulder.
Gets the first and 2. As we take a look at this, numbers of Diallo, 23 points per game, or with 61.2% field goal percentage. And partner, I would argue that he has the talent to score so much more than that. In fact, he has 28 already tonight.
He's close to 67% at the half already in terms of like his total baskets or attempts in the game. So these are the kind of numbers that Diallo has really been averaging this entire conference.
82-88. Converge still in charge here. Raiders is leading by as much as 17 in this one. Asisio, oh! Back-to-back triples for him.
They're getting open on that left 3-point shot. That's something that is very dangerous for getting, Anton Asistio hot.
Jordan heading. Can't get three back, and the ball falls to Clarito, who pitch it forward. Adrian Nocum, and Nocum gets an easy 2. 1-point game, 88-87. Rainer Shine coming back.
What's happening right now? There's an exchange, an elbow there, Narana. That's not a smart foul at all. See, Kalen Johnson got into the head of Arana. In the previous play, he was trying to push the arm away, the arm bar of Kalen Johnson, and then he went hard to bump Kalen Johnson at the back. They were able to get an easy baskets on the opposite end. Converge cannot lose focus here. They have a golden opportunity. They have the upper hand, having a dominant import in the post. If they get careless here and give Rainer Shine an opportunity to get back, that's not going to be good for them.
Well, so far so good for Rainer Shine. As Converge Fiber Xers are going to await the decision here from the referees to see if there's anything more than just an offensive foul.
Kitang-kita pa eh.
At least from our point of view. Let's see what the camera has done as well.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking at the play when they were pushing the ball down. At the corner of my eye, I saw the big elbow of Arana.
Take a look at this here.
I mean, there's a lot of physicality right there. I think that was the one that was caught by the referees.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see that there was a little jab there. And it wasn't subtle at all from Arana. So he will sit down for 3 game minutes. And Justin Baltazar will come back in. Remember, Justin Baltazar also had 3 quick fouls here in this quarter.
He's having Justin has to really, adjust to the kind of defense that he is playing against Kayla Johnson, because, he committed 3 quick fouls on Johnson. So Aran had that opportunity to assert his dominance on the post, but then, you have to be really patient. And you have to be smart in a situation like this, not to get angry or emotional, most especially if there's a lot of mind games playing. But of course, you cannot miss free throws, because those are, precious free throws in a crucial situation like this.
It's so funny because free throws are free, but then they feel so costly when you miss them.
Yes, definitely.
Johnson, lost the possession, and we go the other way. Converge still up by 1. The golden opportunity is squandered by Rainer Shine. Here's Shawnee Winston. Now operating against the zone of Rainer Shine. They find Balti, and Balti gets the fake, gets Johnson to bite. 3-point lead.
Put the good player down. He will make up for his mistakes by all the fouls, and that he was able to convert right away and recover.
And that's going to be a foul as Keith Datu hits the deck. Shawnee Winston was giving up a lot of size. Let's take a look at that again. First, what a finish here from Balti.
Yes, this is great move, great footwork, use of that fake, and the composure.
Keith Datu, chance here to get 2 on the board. Turn this into a 1-point game yet again. 2 points in the game so far for Keith. And the free throws
there in that stretch.
Not been a friend here. Now here are the numbers for Keith Datu and Kellen Johnson. Kellen Johnson playing out of his mind here in this game. And Keith Datu has yet to meet his averages. But on the way to doing that, 3 points for him already. Here's Del Santos. Now Chick Diallo. Baltazar. Johnny Winston now. John Clarita trying his best to stay in front. Jordan Heading on the move, and the little floater is good.
Heading is just playing it smart. He's using Diallo as a screen there when he drove to the basket.
Istio. Datu showing off his range. Get 3!
fighting hard, Paolo. You see the fight back here of Rain or Shine despite the circumstances of the game.
Well, we know Coach Yengyao teams do not give up. And now a chance to take the lead. Asistio forward to Clarito. Getting free. Oh, but loses it out again. Converge on the run. Shani to Jordan.
Oh, wide
Heading
open.
for three.
Oh,
No.
he misses. Oh, look at the hustle here by Converge. Shawnee Winston converting from an offensive rebound.
94-91. Converge dodging more bullets than Keanu Reeves in the Matrix. And that's going to be a foul on Kalen Johnson. Converge 5RX are sued for time here as we go and try and gather our collective thoughts. 3-point lead here for Converge. We'll be right back. Shawnee Winston, 10.2 points per game, shooting near 50%, as well as getting rebounds and assists. You know, he came into the league coming in as a high-level scorer. Did not have a lot of success in his first few conferences with the Converge 5RXers, but he's starting to round out here, doing more than just being a scorer for this iteration of Converge.
Well, you know, when you come into the league, and most especially Shawnee has really been a great scorer in the college ranks. When you come into the league, there will be a lot of adjustment. Maybe you'll not be able to be a good scorer right away. But the nice thing about him, he worked on his game. So there would be games when he would convert from the outside, and you can see it right here. There are hustle points. He'll get offensive rebounds and putbacks. So he does a lot of a complete game, getting a lot of contributions when he's on the floor.
De Los Santos. The little floater is good, right at the face of Keith Datu.
Doing a great job quarterbacking and at least giving, you know, even Jordan Heading a nice breather, most especially when he's quarterbacking for the team.
Patillan of the little pick and roll. They find John Clarito. It said that'll be a foul from Shawnee Winston. Now, Clarito's so good at forcing fouls because he is such an aggressive driver.
He tries to, put his body as close as possible to the defender. Well, Clarito's trying to spark things up here.
Both teams in the penalty, by the way. We're shooting free throws the rest of the way here in the third quarter. And Rain or Shine have been so close to taking the lead here multiple times. And the free throws have been their own worst enemy here. As Karamit comes in for Antonio Asistio. Asistio, who has had a great cameo here.
Yeah, he's been doing, contributing, most especially those outside sniping.
John Clarito gets that and now ups his total to 10.
We're down 3, playing effortless here. Rain or Shine.
Still in the zone here. Talking about the Rain or Shine last painters. Shawnee Winston. Heading. Talking Santillan. Oh, wide open, and that's going to be a stepping violation. De Los Santos says he's sorry. He should have taken the shot.
Yeah, that was a good setup already on the part of Heading there. But when you look at the defense of Coach Yang, he might just switch from zone to man and try to confuse the setup plays of Converge.
Without Dion Thompson,
it's inevitable.
Yeah.
I mean, you got no choice already. Sometimes you just have to gamble on that zone, despite knowing that Converge is very good at 3-point shots this entire tournament.
Take a look at Adrian Nocum attacking, stopped it. That's going to be a foul, sending him to the line to shoot 2, and a chance to make it a 1-point game.
Yeah, that was, Winston knew it, that it was a bad foul because they got they got already Nokum in the middle.
More fouls here for Shawnee Winston.
It was more of like a bailout foul, Paolo,
Yeah.
because he was already defended very well there.
And just take a look at the foul counts here for the Converge Fiber. Another missed free throw here for Rainer Shine.
This may hurt Rainer Shine because they missed a lot of those already.
Shooting around 42.9% from beyond the arc, Adrian Nocum. Adrian Nocum in this game in particular has yet to get going, only 6 points. But, partner, I have lost count of how many games I've covered Adrian Nocum, where he only needed 1 quarter to turn up almost a 20-point game. So let's see if that is still in the cards for him going to fourth. It's a 2-point game here for Converge.
But Coach Yang needs him to also be more of have the scorer's mentality because they need all the production from every local.
The question is, can they consistently get stops? Nocum with the effort, but not heading free.
This guy will really give you problems.
Heading is a headache. As
Definitely.
the Rain or Shine Alaska Banners have a hard time just keeping him in check. Heading now up to 18 points. Keeps that to settles for the free throw jumper. That's good.
Paraco is just executing with a lot of good decision making on the floor.
End of a eventful third quarter. It's a 3-point lead for Converge 5 Rexers against a dogged Rain or Shine team. Don't go away. You don't want to miss the fourth. Welcome back. You're watching your PBA. Let's take a look at the game summary here so far. Going into the fourth, let's take a look at 3-point shooting. In the first quarter, Rain or Shine lorded that advantage. It was 7 out of 10 against 1 out of 5 for the Converge Viper Xers. But things eventually changed. Second chance points also big. Converge 16-2 advantage against the Rain and Alaska Painters. That was even when Dion Thompson was on the floor here for the Rain and Alaska Painters. But things have changed because Chick Diallo is now the only reinforcement with a lot of time to be played here. Take a look at his numbers so far, as it is a 29 point, 15 rebound outing here for Chick Diallo, with Dion Thompson fouling out early in the third quarter. That was your game summary. Welcome once again to the Big Dome. I'm Paulo De Rosario alongside Coach Eric Reyes. Bel Gregorius on the sideline for us. You go into this one knowing you don't have a reinforcement, you don't have an import, but you are still in this game.
Oh yes, and that's a positive. And right now, Converge going all Filipino to give Check Diallo a nice breather. But that was a good, high-low play on the part of Balti and Arana.
Big passing there, Balti and Arana. Here's Karapot using a pick from Datu. Datu.
Same play.
Same result.
15, that 15-foot jumper for Keith Datu is like money.
101.98 here. Then Santos left wide open. Dodging a bullet there, rain or shine. But then it is another opportunity here. They go inside to Arana, who will go to the line to shoot two. Santillano will be hit with the foul.
Santi is one of those players that really need to take off also in this game. I mean, he's got to really help out underneath. He's capable of getting those rebounds.
Well, that's the risk, by the way, of just swiping, because the little, just enough contact there, enough for the referees to force a couple of free throws, as Arana misses the first of two.
Rainershine's got to make their move now while Diallo's on the bench. But this is still a formidable front line here for Coach Franco, having Arana and Balti on the floor at the same time.
4-point lead here for Converge, and here in the PBA, that's just a one-possession lead. Here's Adrian Nolfo. Stopped it right in front of him. He's Dato offering a pick here. Nolfo Gets it away. Wanna find to the corner. Caraco driving inside. Well, Strong will shoot two. It looks like Jordan Heading will be slapped with a foul. It'll be a second.
That's very unselfish there on the part of Adrian Nocum. He saw the lane wide open. But the nice part is he called that defense to really help out. Thus, he was still able to kick out to his open teammate.
Andre Caraco will shoot two. And the free throw line has not been a friend here for Rain and Shine, as Bel Gregorio has this report for us.
On top of the coverage, we discussed how Coach Yang emphasized their defensive schemes against Converge, which has become relevant in their last quarter because in their most recent huddle, Coach Yang identified the repetitive high-low plays on Converge. Defensively, he wants them to go zone in the first 10 seconds, and then after that, go and tighten the
Off the three-point attempt, it looks like it might be another landing spot foul. They will review it though. Stockton will already on the line to shoot three. Let's take a look at that again. So watch the closeout from Johnson. And the question is, do you believe that that is the natural up and down Stockton? Referees don't agree, so it would just be a regular foul and a free throws here for Stockton. But that was actually the exact same ball where they lost Keon Thompson on third quarter.
Exactly like that. You know, those are the challenges, most especially if you go out and rush out to the shooter and challenge the shot. Sometimes you just have to jump on the side to avoid the landing spot.
Stockton such a steady hand here. The free throw line to the chagrin of the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters who would have wanted to allow those free throws back actually. Okay. 99 to 105. Rain or Shine haven't come back in there. There's Caraco. Going strong inside all the way. And Converge asking for a travel. They have had a point.
Yeah, I mean, you could have traveled there. But then you want to also see the tendency of the help on that defense because there was penetration.
And take a look at this again. Another offensive rebound, but then Rain or Shine able to finally collect. Turnover for Converge. Here's Keith Datu handing it off to Andre Caraco. Stockton right in front of him. Datu with the pick, tracking two defenders here. Keith Datu swing that around. Great ball movement here. Adrian Noko with an easy two, and that's going to be a foul as well.
But that's not really a good foul there in Stockton. I think the hard part with that, he wanted to really recover, but then he didn't have enough room anymore to at least square up on the guy driving to the basket.
Have another look at that. Back in the closeout. And just a bump in midair. Xavier Locum has yet to get up, by the way. Finally does.
Scary foul there.
Second foul, or rather first foul here for Adrian Locum.
Because, you know, my question there on that foul of Alex Stockton, I mean, he didn't jump up high anymore to block the shot, so he had no intent to block it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, why will you turn your shoulder and have a guy land on you? So that's actually a very dangerous foul.
Just be a free throw here for Adrian Locum. And great to Rain or Shine. Again, no import. They're taking advantage of the few minutes where Chick Diallo had a rest. It was a 2-minute rest here for Chick Diallo, and you can expect him to try and finish this one out. Here's Stockton finding Diallo, attacking Datu immediately.
Oh, there on the weak side, you know, Santi's got to do a better job there because they already forced a miss on Diallo. But if you cannot control the weak side, you know, of course, it's very hard to box out a guy like Arana there.
Great ball movement here. Doesn't result in anything. It results in a triple. That is a miss, and that will be a foul against Santos. Brian Santos pushing Andre Caraco, and the referee, or rather, Andre Caraco making sure the referee see it.
Oh, there, clear. It's funny. Brian Santos still did admit the foul.
3-point lead here for Converge.
I see a lot of shades of how I used to do it back in the day.
Here's Adrian Noko on the drive. Oh, one rebound. Oh,
was swatted away. Look at the effort there on the part of Arana. Try to still hustle for that loose ball. That's a great, piece of action that you want to see the players do in the playoffs.
Take a look at this squad again.
Erased.
Yup, still on the way up. Caraco, good defense so far shown by Converge. Do rain or shine, have an answer here. Caraco, mouse in the house, Nokum for three. Nokum, no. And that will be a loose ball foul on Jordan Heading for holding Keith Datu.
Because you gotta admire the way, the effort on the part of Converge to really box out on the Keith Datu.
Jordan Heading disagreeing.
But it's hard to, because there's like an arm there.
And you're giving up so much size. There's Datu. Now Chong Son, Adrian Noku. Noku, lost the handle. Here's Stockton going the other way. 3-point lead still, and that's going to be a foul from Caraput on the floor just to stop the fast break and get their defense set.
I mean, there were numbers already, and the problem with the numbers are all big. There's nothing they can do, most especially when Arana gets that ball and just pitch the ball in to Diallo.
Arana back to Heading. And wide open Stockton. That would have been big.
Again, offensive rebound. That's a hard part, Paolo. When you're on the zone, you don't have any guy designated to you to box out because it's a space that you're covering. So there's always that risk of an offensive rebound.
And no foul, says the referee, as Andre Caraput. A little bit of a complaint there. Take a look at second chance points, 21-2 in favor of the Converge Fiber Rexers. Rebounding such a big factor in this game. We'll get to the numbers on that later on. As Arana working on Datu, basket and one.
That's power there on the part of Justin Arana. Flexing his muscles there against that matchup with Keith Datu on that baseline attempt.
Partner, looking at the Converge Fiber Rexers rebounds, it is a 14 plus 14 advantage in terms of rebounding here for Converge Fiber.
That's big. I mean, that's also the reason why they were able to get back in the game, Paolo. They got a lot of those, second chance opportunities in the first half. And now that their Rain or Shine import is not able to play because, he fouled out, then you can really expect a lot of those offensive rebounds against the bigs. The bigs of Converge are pretty much solid, but of course, Datos is still fighting hard.
6-point lead, still very doable here for the Raiders and Alaska Painters. Alex Stockton waiting for Heading to get free. Heading off the curl, finding Chiquialo.
For me, Heading is the more dangerous player because he's making each and every possession so important for Converge. He's getting the import the ball. He's getting a lot of those open looks because he draws a lot of attention once he uses those screens.
Well, now the question is, because it feels like they have started to figure out the zone of rain or shine, will things change here? Aiden Chongson, short shot clock, has got to go. Oh, he puts it up and in.
It was an off-balance shot there by Chongson, but you got to just put it up.
Going to man Z here. Talking about rain or shine. A different look here. Heading. Back to Stockton. One-on-one. Chongson against Arana. Oh, erasing Chongson.
You can hold your ground there. You already know that, Arana is a very physical player underneath.
Chongson hit the deck, and the entire bench of Converge was saying it was a flop. Wide open look in the corner. Misses badly there. 116 to 108. Converge can make this a double-digit lead with a basket here. They go to Santos. Can't get the shooter's bounce. Adrian Noko. Aiden Chongson back to Noko.
Shout
Noko
out
putting on
kay
the jets.
Anthony
Andre Carapos
Españos.
working on heading. Adrian Noko now waiting for the pick. Gets the long two, but can't get it to fall. Here stops it. To Giallo. Giallo against Jongson, and Giallo wins out. To
Smart
the
move.
timeout.
That's a smart move on Alex Stockton, waiting for their big man to fill in the lanes
Shout out pa.
and get him that ball and
Saint
the paint. Look
Anthony,
at it
Los
right here.
Baños,
He tried to
Laguna.
cross first, tried to delay things, waiting for that big man for that big finish. And there's no one in that rain or shine to be able to challenge that shot.
118-108. And it is Converge in charge here in the fourth. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Shout out. Pag mga taga Los Baños, Laguna dyan. St. Anthony School. Kawai.
Let's take a look at the franchises here. The Converge Fiber Xers taking over for the Alaska franchise in 2022. They made it to the quarterfinals and then lost to the San Miguel Beermen in the recent Governor's Cup. But of course, you take a look at the time before that, they didn't make it even to the playoffs, only 3 wins in 2 conferences. And of course, this time around, this is easily proof that this is a good and growing ball club here in PBA.
No, especially when, with the arrival of Jordan Heading and Justin Baltazar, this is really a totally different team already.
Adrian Noko pulls up for the J, no good. And you know what? We're not seeing any ball movement anymore for Raiders.
I'm missing out the kind of ball movement that, Rain or Shine has really been known for when they pass and they move. And aside from, because we're seeing a lot of, plays, a lot of one-on-one plays. That's really being defended very well by Converge.
Ischo. Now Belga points in the paint there. 38-70 advantage for Converge. Ischo working on Balti. Converge switching everything here.
2 seconds before.
Has to shoot. Asisio. No dice. That time Jordan Clarito wins out. Belga. Now moving on to the corner. Great fake from Asisio.
So,
and quick shot there because it was actually quick recovery from Giallo.
I mean, the good thing about Anton Asis's 2 attempts is at least he was open for that shot. It's not really coming from, it came from a lot of that ball movement that Rain or Shine would also execute very well.
And right now, there's barely any resistance for Rain or Shine on the defensive end. Offensively, that ball movement that we saw zipping about earlier on, the energy level, not really sustained after what was a promising first half from Rain or Shine.
It's totally different, most especially when their import got into foul trouble and fouled out. It totally changed how fluid they were and how good they were in the first quarter.
120-108, 4:18 left here in the fourth. Let's see if Rain or Shine have another push in them. Take a look at Caleb Joseph's numbers here as we take a look at what he's done. He's had a very promising game here for the Rangers and Alaska Painters. He was spreading the offense, getting baskets in the interior, providing good defense. But what about Dustin Arana in his return for the Converge Viper Xers? 10 points in the second quarter by himself really helped lead that charge as the Converge Viper Xers erased a 17-point deficit. Partner, take a look at these two guys. Locally, they have been one of the reasons why that their teams have been productive on the offensive end, in fact, almost canceling each other out. But then you take a look at the bigger differences here. It felt like the Rangers and Alaska Painters shied away from what made them so good in that first half.
Yes, I mean the way they executed their plays, the way they were getting players like assisted to get open shots. Even Kalen Johnson was getting a lot of open shots in the first quarter alone. That's something that you got to give it to Converge for finding ways to get back in the game despite a very good start by Rain or Shine. But it's clearly seen, that the offensive rebounding, the second chance points has really been critical here for a team like Converge. The dominance of the big man, Paolo, has really been the story of this game.
Oh, Baldi Baltazar giving the Converge bench a party as we take a look at that again.
That's
Moisturize si Belga.
the kind of game Justin Baltazar is really known for. Although he misses that free throw, that exclamation point.
He's happy with the duck, partner. Oh my goodness. Justin Baltazar putting Bo Belga on the poster. Jordan heading now. It's been all Converge here in quarter number 4. Stockton pushing off. Can't get the jumper to go. Bo Belga with a rebound. Adrian Loco running on the attack and gets a basket. 12-point lead for Converge, and that might be too much here for Rain or Shine to overcome in 3 minutes.
Especially with the way Converge has really been, has dominated the paint. That's really been the story of this game.
Both teams are on pace to finish with around 120 points, especially after the 60-point halftime scores for both of them. But only Converge really who's exceeded the initial projections.
We were, giving a lot of credit, Paolo, on the bigs, Baltazar, Arana, Diallo. But this guy on the free throw line also made that big difference because, especially when they're trying to get back in the game in the second quarter, Johnny Winston also makes some big contributions. And it's not Johnny's outside game, it's the way he hustled inside.
Take a look at the numbers here of Santi Santillan. We were talking a bit a while ago off the air about the guys who did not show up, unfortunately, for Rain or Shine. It was Leonard Santillan.
He had his struggles also because, most especially when they didn't have an import already. I mean, Santi was put in a situation where he, in the past, can play the big man's position and has dominated the paint also, despite his size. But of course, he just couldn't get going tonight. And of course, I would also want to give Converge the credit for not allowing Santillan to take off early in this game and get his confidence.
Stockton. Also for the elbow J, no good. Diallo able to save that again. And the offensive rebounding of the Converge Viper Xers has been on point here. They've done such a great job at keeping the possession alive. As Diallo, strong off the finish. Yanoko. He's still looking for 4. Boom. That's a bit short. Last 2 minutes
That
coming up.
Yes.
And the Converge Viper Xers fans in the building, happy with their team's performance. No, it's easy to say that the turning point was the graduation of Dion Thompson. But at the same time, the locals, including Jordan Heading, have really stepped up from Converge. It wasn't just the fact that they took advantage of Dion Thompson's absence.
I felt that in the second quarter, when Converge was down and Arana started to get 4 points, and even Bell made mention of Justin Arana's contribution. I think that was the turning point of this game because that's when Converge was able to establish Arana and the rest of the big men to really dominate the paint. And Diallo was really a big factor because Rain or Shine really had a hard time matching up with Diallo's presence in the paint.
The Converge Viper Xers have 3 players who have scored at least 20. And they have at least 6 players who have scored at least 13.
That's big.
That's how
I mean,
much.
that's big.
That's how efficient. That's how good the locals have been here for the Converge Viper Xers. It is not just the fact that Diallo could take advantage of the matchup.
It wasn't just him. I mean, it's a total team effort. You get big contributions for Arana scoring over 20 points. You get Jordan Heading, who you keep guessing, if he's just gonna just keep on feeding Check Diallo underneath or even the other bigs, because he himself has, done a good job on hitting that outside shot. So now defenses would either have to extend out. If they don't extend out, Heading hits a shot. So there's many players here. It's a total team effort. Even Johnny Vincent had his moments where he contributed because of all his hustle, and he even makes a 3-point shot at this stage of the game.
Johnny Winston up in the total here to 130, 115. Remember, Rain or Shine has an early 17-point lead as the Converge Viper Xers are looking comfortable here at the fourth quarter as they're going to take game number 1. Key adjustments for you for Rain or Shine?
Inside presence, rebounding. You got to limit the offensive opportunities, because what happened also in the second quarter when the shots were not falling for Converge, they were able to get back in the game because of those hustle points, those offensive rebounds that gave them that opportunity to at least not get blown off in the first half.
If we're going to Converge Viper Xers, it'll be risky if they allow Rain or Shine to start strong again in the next game.
Yes, and that's something that they have to be careful of, because this Rain or Shine team is very dangerous. But I'm very excited with the way things would turn out for the matchup again when these two teams face again in game 2 of this best of 3 series.
The Converge Viper Xers take game number 1 in the best of 3 series against the Rain or Shine and Last Opinions. Our best player in the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle PBA, and that is the return Justin Arana.
Yeah, that's how important Justin Arana is, being the number 1 big guy in this team. He's really solid, very strong underneath, and he just does his job so well to really, dominate his matchup against the bigs of Rain or Shine.
Justin Arana made his return. He was warming up extensively alongside Willie Miller before this one, working on the variety of moves that he had at the post, and he saw a full display here today. 130-118 in favor of the Converge Viper Xers, 1-0 in the series. Final score is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. And boy, oh boy, if you enjoyed that first one, what about the next? Barangay Ginebra going up against the Meralco Bolts in what is becoming a more and more storied rivalry here in the PBA. That is up next. The quarterfinals are here in the PBA. When we return, few highlights, the press conference of our first game. Don't go away.
Umangat pa ang mga bida sa gilas na kasalanan. Lalong tumalas, inuuna ka. Makalaba, bante, diskarte, tibal. Pakyan sa mga tudloy lang. Bante, tituda.
Good evening and welcome to our post-game press conference. Converge wins over Rain or Shine to take Game 1 of this best-of-3 quarterfinal series. I'm joined by our winning coach, Coach Franco Atienza, and our best player of the game, Justin Arana. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Coach Franco, how this game started was also reminiscent of the first encounter as you had to recover from a 17-point deficit. How did you like the way the team stepped on the gas from the second quarter to ensure that you take this game home?
Yeah. First of all, we'd like to thank God for this win. And, it's a great team out there. And you have to put it into context. This is a series, so this win means nothing kung hindi mo na-close out. Yeah, same as nung eliminations, no. We medyo flat start kami, and that's something really we have to solve. We give credit to the other team. I think during the first half, 11 na yung 3 points na binitawan nila. So our guys are just nandun naman, pero we have to do more. Kung pumapasok yung tira, we have to adjust. So we have to do better on that. And then yung shooting percentage na is at all-time high. I think 55% first half in the first half. And it's nice naman kasi at least we showed some resilience. We were able to get back. Of course, with the help with this guy beside me. Kahit paano, we got our bearings. We were able to make stops. Yun naman eh. Pagdating sa playoffs, no matter how you score, kung hindi ka makastop, hindi ka makakabalik. So, yeah. Pero game 1 pa lang to. We need to close this out on Friday. And I know may mga adjustments na gagawin na coaching and that's a great team yung kalaban namin sa kabila. We just have to be ready and do the things that we did well. And hopefully we have a better start on Friday. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Franco. Now, Justin, ito yung first game back mo pagkatapos ma-sideline. How are you able to deliver despite playing a high-pressure game kahit nakakabalik mo pa nga lang?
Siguro yung focus kasi namin is manalo talaga eh. Kasi this is pang-lima na namin to sa quarterfinals and di pa kami nakakalot sa apat na yun. So super, kumbaga gigil talaga kami na makakuha and ma-sealed yung panalo this game 1. And syempre, hopefully sa Wednesday makuha ulit namin Friday para at least makuha namin yung first semis and yun. Big thanks sa coaches and syempre nagtiwala sila sa amin, especially sa sa teammates ko.
Game highlights brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA, crafted for greatness in his first blood, going to the Converge Fiber Xers. Let's go to the first quarter. We saw early action from Chick Diallo, who had a great game in himself, but what a performance it was for Keenan Johnson on the other end for Rain or Shine.
But he started out like house and fire. He was the one leading the way in terms of offense.
And of course, take a look at this. It was Sean Ildefonso also getting going. The first quarter was all about the three-point shooting of Rain or Shine, who really dominated at that point.
Yes, that's the kind of game that you really want to start things out for Rain or Shine because they were able to move the ball well, execute their plays, and shoot very well from three-point range.
And in the second quarter, there was a bit of a return here coming from the Converge Fiber Rexers, who outscored them 38-23 in the second quarter alone. Jordan Henning helping lead the charge. But what about Justin Arana, our best player of the game, scored 10 points in the second quarter alone?
That was big, and that's how Justin Arana was able to get his confidence. And of course, especially coming from an injury, Arana got so confident that he was able to dominate the game in the paint.
And things looked like it was going all the way to Converge, especially with moments like this. The buzzer-beating stab coming from Chick Diallo to try to give the advantage to the Converge Fiber Xers going into the third quarter. And you know what, partner? To be fair to the Converge Fiber Xers, after taking the lead, they barely looked back. It was 64-62 going into the third quarter. After we start off with a couple of fouls here from Dion Thompson. He got hit with a fifth foul for that contact over there. But then take a look at this. So they challenged this and they lost the challenge. We saw a bit of the bump there in real time. But here is what could have been a bit more contentious. That perhaps Coach Yang, if he challenged this, might have seen it overturned.
Those are the tough situations or breaks in the game, and that's something that, of course, they will be reviewing and try to make some corrections in terms of like these things with what happened with their import. But then again, Converge really did a very good job. Aside from all the presence of their bigs, it's really the second chance opportunities that they were able to really get a ton of points in the game.
Well, with Chick Diallo having no import to match up with, he did dominate the interior. And at the same time, it opened things up for guys like Jordan Heading. But the Renaissance Lasso Painters did not give up. Take a look at the shot from Datu to make sure that it was still a manageable deficit going into the fourth quarter. But the fourth quarter, everything changed as you had guys like Arana taking over once again.
Yes, Arana did a very good job and very consistent this entire game. Heading also did played very well. Of course, Diallo's presence and dominance in the paint really, took its toll on the Elasto Painters.
And it was the interior passing and the movement here for the Converge Fiber Rexers that proved to be the difference, no matter what look that was given. And of course, you have another one here coming from Arana, who just went to work all game long.
Yes, he's really been dominant all throughout, but of course, he also had support coming from Justin Baltazar.
Oh, and of course, we can't leave without showing this highlight once again. Boy, oh boy. Balti putting big bow on a poster. And Justin Baltazar loving life with Converge with highlights like that. 1-0 in favor of the Converge Fiber Rexers in this best of 3 series. Rain and Shine have a chance to extend it on Friday, or Converge could book their spot in the semis by then. Interesting matchup, entertaining, high octane, everything we all imagined and more. 130-118 in favor of the Converge Fiber Rexers. And that will do it for our first game. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, Barangay Ginebra against the Meralco So rivalry that is growing in chapters and stories and in legacy. That is up next. Thanks for joining us for the first game of Baltazar alongside Coach Eric Reyes. It was Bel Gregorio joining us on the side.